All right, welcome everybody. Here we are for some nice yoga. We'll start with a little meditation. Just kind of clearing your mind. One thing it's always kind of good to remember is that your mind does work a little better when it's not clouded thinking about all these things. You can stress about stuff as much as you want, but sometimes if you let it go and it'll come back to you the right way. So just kind of letting things go, let your mind go, and just take some deep breaths. Try to breathe deep in the belly. If you get a thought in your head, you can just breathe it out. Imagine that you're just exhaling all your thoughts out, letting them all go. And just focus your attention on your body and your breath, seeing just how much you can relax. You can breathe in and out the nose, or if you have to, you can breathe any other way you like. But it's good to breathe in through the nose, it'll warm your breath. You might even visualize your breath coming in and out. Taking a couple more deep breaths and then we'll open up here. Excellent. So let's go ahead and scoot up. We're going to start with the today we'll mostly mess around with just the basics of yoga. We're going to do some shoulder rolls first. It's good to start the new year to kind of go back to some of the basics, breathing and posture, some of the basic stances. So when you do these, you're going to inhale as you go up, exhale as you go down. So you always kind of coordinate your breath and your body, which means that you're going to end up moving slower along with slow breathing. Slow breathing will relax you. It's really hard to move fast too while you're breathing slow. Good, let's go the other way. Inhale and exhale. So you can always kind of go more in the shoulders with these at first, and then opening up wider as you go. Do what's best for you. Inhale, exhale. So really focus on the breath today. Good. Let's go ahead and reach up. Lift the chest. So when you're doing these yoga poses and whatnot, you do want to kind of look up a little bit sometimes. You know, younger adults will have them really bend back and stuff. But if you have osteoporosis or issues like that, we don't want to break a spinal bone. And so that's why we don't do a lot of real bend backs. But again, you can take it at your level. You just have to know where you're at. Start with just kind of looking up a little bit, breathing deep in the belly. I don't recommend too much bending back, but just get a stretch in the belly. But if you have experience doing yoga on a lot of these, then you can always do it your way if you've been trained. Let's try a side bend here. Take a deep breath in your side. Good. Let's just try the other side. Good. Next, we're going to do airplane pose. So we're going to lean forward. So I have the palms facing down. Whenever you're doing these, you're going to keep the back nice and straight. You don't want to curve the back or anything. You get stress the back and make it hurt. We're going to work those muscles. That'll help your lower back. And then squeeze those shoulder blades together a little bit, palms facing down. Now you'll want to keep the head in line with the spine. So you might have to look up on occasion to see where we're at and stuff. But you kind of want to look at the floor about 5 feet in front of you. 3 to 5 feet maybe. And throughout this whole thing, you're just taking long, deep breaths. So do one more breath. And relax. Good, let's sit back all the way. We're going to grab the side of the chair, stretch the neck out. So that's what's good about the chair. Sometimes people think it's a bad thing, but it's good to have the chair around and really be able to use it. You can grab on, let gravity do the work. Stretch your neck and shoulder out here. A lot of good chair stretches. Ear to shoulder. So you want to try to breathe into the area that you're stretching. Now you're not necessarily breathing up in here so much, but you're kind of making some space, letting that area expand as you inhale. Take one more breath. All right, other side. Ear to shoulder, let gravity. So the only thing tight right now is your hands right at the fingers, making sure that you don't fall over. Inhale for about 4 to 5 seconds. Exhale for about 4 to 5 seconds. One more breath. Good. Let's scoot up just a little bit. We're going to do some rotations. So you might think of stretching and moving in 3 different directions while you're doing yoga. This is a way to design your own practice, is you could take all the 3 different directions and take one from each and then repeat, move on to another one from each. We have rotational movements. And then we have the frontal movements where you're going toward the side. Other side. Good. So that's the front part, and you move side to side on that plane. And then there's the transverse plane where we move rotationally. And then the last one is the sagittal. So if you imagine it from the side, sagittally, you go forward and back with it. So it can be confusing because it's forward and back, but it's about looking at it from the side. The thing. Same with this one, side to side, but it's about looking at it from the front. So just forward and back, working that direction. Swing those arms. All right, so let's go ahead and stand up. We're going to work on some warrior poses first. That's some good poses to start with. You can have this chair close by. I'm just going to move mine out of the way for now. But if you need to hold on, you can always have that close by. That's the main thing, is stay safe, because some of this stuff works balance and whatnot, and you want to keep it at your level. So we're going to work warrior 1. You're going to step out with this foot. It's pointed straight forward. And the other foot is going to be pointed toward the corner. And you want to lean into it enough so that your knee is right over your ankle. So that means you can't have too shallow of a stance. You will go forward. You want to get a little wider. And then reach up with both hands facing to the side there, the direction of your front foot. So again, we talked about reaching up and back. You can look up at the ceiling, but the main thing here is really kind of stretch that lower abdominal area. And what helps is taking deep breaths. You might just try reaching back a little bit with those hands as you inhale. One more breath. And relax. Good. Let's go ahead and do a side pose now, or a triangle. So we're going to have this foot face the same direction. Really, your feet are almost kind of facing the same direction. We're going to reach down and reach up. Pretty much a straight line here. Opening up, looking back. So on this one, it's about opening up the chest. So you do want to look back at the hand. It'll open things up more. Take one more breath. And relax. Good. Let's shorten our stance just a little bit for the next one. We're going to reach up this time. We're going to reach up and back. This time you are getting more of a side bend. And you do look at the hand as it goes back. But be careful on the back bend. You don't want to bend back too much. Just lift the chest. Think of it that way. Take some deep breaths in the belly. Reach up and over with that arm a little more. And relax. So let's just take some time to swing forward and back for a second. While we do that, we'll go up into the legs and then down. You could inhale, let it all go. Exhale. Get a good stretch. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and step out again. That same kind of foot position you see. Pointing this to the side. This one's kind of at a diagonal. Or forward a little bit, whatever is comfortable. We're going to do warrior two. So right here, opening up. Point the chest toward the front. But look to the side now. Relax those shoulders. Keeping your arms parallel to the floor. And just take some deep breaths. Think about kind of settling down to your stance and relaxing those shoulders too. And relax. Good. Let your arms hang. Let's just kind of lean forward a little bit. Keep the back fairly straight though. Just do some arm circles. Let those shoulders really relax. Get stretched out after working those muscles. Now, if it hurts your back or anything, you could always grab your chair and do a single arm. Working both of them a little bit. Heck, you can even pause the video if you're watching the video and just really do this for a little while, actually. But you don't want to waste a ton of time just doing that all day, but really you could let the shoulders really relax. Maybe even get a dumbbell out and circle them around. Okay, and then we're going to go up, hold it, and then just relax. Do that twice. Inhale up and relax. Okay, so we'll move on to the other side here. Putting the left foot out. Let's just work the same poses. You got warrior one. So I'm pointed this way and then that way. Wide enough stance so that my knee's right over my ankle. And then kind of lift the chest, reach up and back, take some deep breaths. And relax. Good. Ahead and go right to that triangle. So that's this one here where you reach down, reach up. And again, it's not really about going up and over. It's more about looking back, keeping that straight line with the hands. Both palms are facing out. Look back at the hand, just take some deep breaths. You want to always try to keep your breath about 4 to 5 seconds. Nice, long, deep breaths. 4 to 5 seconds inhaling, 4 to 5 seconds out. And relax. Good. You might sometimes just shake your shoulders out. Get it all loosened up. And we're going to go on to a reverse warrior. So a little shorter stance here. Reaching up and back, getting a little bit of a bend back here, but watch it. Be careful, know your level. I think about reaching up and back. I don't think about bending back so much. It doesn't even feel good for me to just bend back. Just reach up and back. Take 2 more breaths. And relax. Good. We're going to move on to warrior 2 now. That's with the bigger stance. Feet are pretty wide. And you can even get down into it more so you get more stretch. Warrior 2 here. I like to settle into this one, meaning lowering the center of gravity. Center of gravity is right in the middle there. If you raise it up, we're off balance more. If you lower it, you get more balanced. And just gaze past your fingertips over here on the left. One more breath. And relax. Perfect. All right, let's get the chair out. We're going to move on to downward dog. So we're not going to sit in it, we're just going to use it. And, you can always go down to downward dog on the floor if that's something you train and know how to do. This is just nice and comfortable. Walking feet back, stretching the body out. The reason why we don't go down in these senior classes is it's not wise to have everybody go having their head below their heart. Could cause different blood pressure type issues and heart type things. So it's good to keep the head above the heart. That's just something to keep in mind. You can keep kind of inching your feet back and then pushing those hips back, getting more stretch. Take 2 more breaths. Good. And then next one we're going to do is we're going to put 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. And I'm just pointing my other foot straight forward. So both feet are pretty much straight forward. bending the front leg, the back leg is straight. And then what we can do is come to heart center, work your balance a little bit. Be careful though, if you need to, you can always hold on. But try to have good posture. You'll feel a stretch in the hip over here. Keep stretching. All right, let's try the other side. So you're stretching some of the front hip, but you're mostly stretching the back calf muscles. Taking one more breath. Just inhaling for about 4 to 5 seconds and then exhaling just as long. Okay, so let's go ahead and do cat and cow pose next. On the cat pose, it's kind of want your feet a little close to the chair, not too close, kind of medium. And then bend the knees. Notice how that curves my back here. Lower back and upper back both. Trying to curve every little spinal bone forward. Take a couple breaths in the back area. Just try to breathe into that area, push the breath into there. Good. Next one, you might bring your feet forward a tad bit. Lift the chest like a cow or a cobra pose. Open the chest, shoulders back. Just don't let your chair get away from you on these. Make sure your chair is solid all the time. Don't want it slipping out of the way. So we usually breathe in the belly, but this one I like to breathe up in the chest. Really stretching the chest muscles. Now try going back and forth. You're going to bend the knees, curve the back. Exhale. Inhale. We do that 3 times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And relax. You might get a good stretch in the stomach. That's the thing about the breathing is it really stretches the abs out, but also moving the organs around, almost like you're getting a massage on the inside throughout the whole session. Let's get into some balance stuff. So let's do tree pose. That's a good basic pose. Turn the foot out. Now you might have to keep that foot down a little bit and just pull it up just slightly. You can hold here. You could also have one hand on the chair, but I'd recommend having something close by just in case. So if you can do this for 30 seconds, then you're doing pretty good. That's pretty average, maybe above average. If you can't do it more than 5 or 10 seconds, then we have some risk of falling and you want to definitely work this. So I say you want to be able to do 10 to 30 seconds comfortably without touching. But you can keep trying. If you have to touch, just touch. Go back to it. So we'll do it for about almost a minute, just keeping on trying. Give yourself a break if you need to. If you want to expand, you can put the leg and hands out. going for about 10 more seconds or one more deep breath. And relax. Good. So I'm just going to move over to the other side. Tree pose on this side. Now the other thing about keeping your breath down in the belly is it'll keep you lower, it'll lower your center of gravity. So you might even try breathing up in the chest and realize how it's a little harder to balance, and then breathe down in the belly. Do what you can. I have some mats under me. Makes it a little more challenging. You can always put like a washcloth folded up or a little hand towel. Make it a little harder. Just be careful, but you almost want to stand like this single leg balance twice a day, each leg for about 30 seconds. Give it a try, and you'll keep improving. I'll give you about another 10 seconds. You can expand it, take a deep breath. And relax. Good. That does work those hips a little. Circle those hips. And other direction. Keep circling. Okay, so let's go back to that warrior pose thing that we did. And we're going to do what's called dancing warrior. I'm going to set my chair to the side because I don't necessarily need it. But if you want to, you can have yours close by. And we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to step out with your right foot, I believe. Step out to this side regardless. And we're going to start, actually, we'll start with inhaling, reaching up. And then you're going to exhale, go to warrior two. So they call this dancing warrior just because it flows from one move to the other. And it can be done in any sequence too. It doesn't have to be this way. We're going to reach up and back like a reverse warrior. And go nice and slow. It teaches you to coordinate your breath in your body with your movement and your breath together. Coming to triangle at the end there. What I like to do is in the class is just kind of go through it, and I'll always kind of pause here at the end and we can hold this pose. And then we can relax and we'll flow through it again. So let's go ahead and inhale, reach up. We'll talk about the breathing. Exhale, warrior two. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6. Try to breathe as long as you can. And then inhale, reach up. You'll be able to exhale longer than you can inhale. Exhale to triangle. So everybody can kind of go at their own pace too. You don't have to, everybody's going to breathe different lengths is kind of what I'm getting at. So let's try it again. Go at your own pace even. Don't even really follow my breath, but just do your own. We'll meet at the last move. Uh-oh. Don't follow me. Reverse warrior and triangle. Maybe I'll call out the moves a little bit. I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking, oh, well, I'm thinking so much about it. Happens. You'll think so much about your breathing. Your thoughts go out the brain and everything. And that's good. You want to be relaxed. So don't stress if you can't remember it. I'll try to keep reminding you. We go to warrior one, warrior two, reverse warrior, and then you'll finish with the triangle. Good. Try to see if you can just do it on your own one more time. We'll all just meet there at the end and begin. Excellent. All right. Now that coupled with the downward dog is a great combination. So like, let's do kind of like a downward dog. If you have your chair there, go ahead and do it. I set mine to the side, but I want to show you another option. You can just come down, keeping your back nice and straight again. Just kind of coming down to about here, stretching those legs. So hold for 2 more breaths and then we'll repeat the other side. Okay. So let's go into the warrior 2 on the other side. About this way. I'm sorry, warrior 1. It's all right if your brain gets a little buttery after a while. You want the breath, just kind of let it go. Let it all go. So let's flow through this. We're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale the warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior here. Kind of straighten the front leg a little bit. Up and back. And then lastly, we exhale to triangle. Good, and then just relax. We'll flow through it again. A little more flow, inhale. So flowing just means you don't really stop. So you go right from there, right into the exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. And exhale. Good, again. Inhale, reach up. Keep the breath down deep in the belly. Exhale. So think about stabilizing and having that center of gravity low. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, let's do it a couple more times at your own pace. Go ahead and try to really work it on your own. I'll remind you of the moves. Warrior 1, warrior 2, reverse warrior, and then triangle. Excellent. Let's do it one last time on your own. Slow down as much as you can. And relax. All right, I'm going to pull my chair out. We're going to do a downward dog again. Just stretch it all out. And then we'll have a seat and finish up here. Great job on that dancing warrior. Scoop those feet back, stretch it out. And back to center. All right, let's go and have a seat. And we're going to do some more poses seated here. We'll start with the pigeon pose. And you can, this is one where you can cross low at the ankle and then you'll end up stretching some more lower back, but that's fine. Or you can try to cross higher up. Just be careful. Do what's best for you. Main thing though is keep that posture and then lean forward. Good for the hips and lower back. Keep working the breathing. Good, go ahead and switch sides. And go ahead and unwind there. We're going to face to the side. Now you're going to put one leg back, and you want to put it back as far as you can, stretching this hip here, reaching up with the same hand, taking some deep breaths in the stomach area. And then we'll go ahead and face the other way. Reaching up and back. And back to center. Twisting. Going all the different directions here. Sometimes you get a little back crack, a little adjustment in a good way, hopefully. But some of this stuff can actually kind of give you some adjustments in your body, which is good. Other side. Good, sit back all the way. We're gonna pretend like the neck is, or the head is a pendulum. Just put it down. And it's just like on a clock. It's just gonna go back and forth. But go really slow, trying to feel each and every little neck muscle. Very slow clock. It's almost 3 times slower than normal clocks. All time is slowed down here. Couple more times. Good, and sit up nice and tall. We're going to look to the side. Just take a deep breath. And other side. Deep breath. Good. We're just going to finish with some more meditation, just like we did at the start. Now I like to have the hands palms up just because it opens the chest primarily. And you can get comfortable. You can sit back comfortably. Good posture with the chair back is fine. But think about really slowing down your breath. And this time, let's think about slowing down the exhales even more. You're going to inhale for 4 or 5 seconds. Inhale in the belly. And then exhale for even longer, about 6 or 7 seconds. See what you can do. Feel the belly coming in as you exhale. Inhale. Just keep going back and forth. Nice, long, deep exhales. Think of just relaxing with your exhales. And then just continue to do your breathing. Try as much as you can to focus on your breathing, but also focus on everything else you can hear around you. All the things you hear in the present moment right now. It might just be you might only can hear your breath. You might hear birds in the background or whatever's in your area. Listen for anything that you can hear and still pay attention to your breath, making it nice and long. You might return to more like 4 or 5 seconds in with your inhale, 4 or 5 seconds out. And just let your mind wander with all the things you can hear. Now just taking 2 more deep breaths, and then we'll close up together. Good. Open your eyes. Coming to heart center. Good posture. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. And we say namaste. Namaste pretty much means all the good in me values all the good in you. We'll just focus on the positive. And just keep staying focused on the positive. That's the best you can do. Have a great day.